Hey, everybody. Welcome to How To Tuesday. This week, we're going to go with Debbie Hanson. We're going to talk about peacock bass. If you've wanted to catch a peacock bass, there's a time of the year, the summertime. It's a really good time of the year. She's going to go over what you're looking for and how you can find those peacock bass. Debbie, what do you tell people about finding the peacock bass? Maybe the summertime is the best time. I don't know. What do you tell them?
Yeah, they love those warm waters, Tom. In fact, they're native to the Amazon and South America. So summertime is prime time to get out there and target peacock bass. And what you're looking for primarily is limestone rocks, culverts, canal bends. Those are the types of areas where you're going to find peacock bass hanging out. They're ambush predators. So any types of structure that they can hide behind and ambush their prey is key. And topwater lures are my favorite. So when those peacock bass are fired up during those really warm water temperature months, summer into fall, that's when topwater is going to be your best bet. So what I like to use are baits or lures like topwater walk the dog lures. I'll use the Rebel Pop R is one of my favorites to use as far as topwater is concerned. And the main thing to keep in mind when you're working those topwaters is you've got to cast it up as close to the shoreline as you can, and then work it back towards the boat. And you want to maintain that cadence. A lot of times people will see the weight coming up behind that topwater and they kind of break their cadence. But in fact, in a lot of cases, what you want to do to elicit that strike is you want to even speed it up a little bit, because when those peacock bass feel like whatever that prey item is escaping them, and you pick up that cadence a little bit, that's what's going to trigger that strike. A lot of times if, I've got a client out, we're fishing topwater poppers, and that client goes to lift their fly line off the water, that's when they'll get a strike, is right when that fish thinks that that popper is going to escape, then they'll go up and grab it. So those are just a few quick tips.
Yeah.
Again, looking for those areas of limestone structure, culverts, canal bends, and getting those casts as close and as accurately close to the shoreline or structure as you can.
And that's the awesome tips. Now, when you find those type of places, the limestone, the culverts, the bends, are you looking for anything else? Typically is the water clear enough that you're actually seeing the fish, or are you just kind of blind fishing those areas that you're finding, like the ones that you described, or are you looking for bait, for birds, for other activity that tells you that the fish are there?
You're looking for, a lot of times those fish will be busting up on baits near the surface. So a lot of times what the peacock bass will do is they'll try to pin baits up against the rocks, or in some areas, a lot of canals I fish, there's concrete seawalls, and you'll see those fish just driving those baits up against the sides of the seawalls to pin them up against the sides of the seawalls. So look for those fish busting on baits. And in most cases, they are fishing, or they're hanging out in areas where the water is a little bit clear. So water clarity can make a difference. When you're out there, look for those areas of clean water, especially when you're fishing artificials. Obviously, that can make a big difference in terms of getting those strikes. And look for those baits busting on the surface. You want to look for any type of activity or commotion along the shoreline in specific. And keep an eye out for usually those peacock bass will hang out in pairs. So often, you won't just see one fish, but there will be maybe 2 or 3 of them hanging out in one spot. And that's when you want to make your cast.
All right, man, great tips. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go out and catch some peacock bass this summer. It's going to be fantastic. And that's exactly where you go, how you do it, and what to use. That was awesome, Debbie. Thank you very much. All right. That's How To Tuesday for this week. We'll be back with another awesome guest and some great information just like that from Debbie. If you want to go fishing with Debbie, if you want to check her out, what do they do? Where do they go?
They can find me on the web, shefishes2.com, and that's just shefishes and the number 2.com, or on Instagram at shefishes2, and that's the number 2.
Right on. There you go. All right. We'll see you next week.